Welcome, subscribers. How's everybody doing today? All right, so we are going to start section 6.6 today. We're going to learn 4 different theorems on how to use proportionality theorems. Okay, so hope I don't stand in front of what I'm writing today. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on that, subscribers. Okay. First theorem. So we're going to learn a couple theorems and do a couple examples. Learn a couple more theorems, do a couple more examples, and then you're going to start your homework. You're going to need to use your notes for your homework tonight. Okay? So, what this says is, ready? Okay. See if, where's the then? Then. Okay. Unless you have a question. Okay. If you're told that if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, okay, intersects the other 2 sides, like in the diagram, then it divides the 2 sides, and what's the word for this chapter?
Use
the 2 sides
proportionality.
Okay, so this is what it says. If TU is parallel to QS, then, okay, breaks these sides up. RT is TQ as RU is TUS. So RT is TQ as RU is TUS. Now, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but you guys have learned there are different ways to write proportions, and as long as you're consistent, you'll get the same answer. So if you end up putting RT over RU, that's fine as long as you put TQ over US. You get the same answers, okay? Converse, when you switch what comes after the if, what comes after the then, the hypothesis and the conclusion, when they're switched, that's the converse, okay? This says, now if you know, can you believe this, subscribers? She's having a bad morning. Leave her alone. Okay. RT. Okay, now if you know. Sean's like, I can't wait. Alright, RT is to TQ equals RU is to US. Okay, if we know we've got these ratios that are equal, then we know that these 2 segments are going to be parallel. Then TU is parallel to QS. And the way they say that here is if, here's your then, if a line divides 2 sides of a triangle proportionally, then it is parallel to the, and they call this the 3rd side. That's my boom, but I don't ever say boom because it's not cool to say boom. But you can just.
Who's man's?
Who's man?
Practice. All right, in the diagram, QS is parallel to UT. Okay, and we've got all this information. They actually put it on the diagram for us. Nice. Okay. So RQ is 10, RS is 12, ST is 6. What's the length of QU? Okay, I'm just going to throw an X right there. You can use QU, but I like using one letter. So now, following, what does this look like? We're told these 2 lines are parallel.
QU, ST.
But if we follow the proportion, we try to write the proportion this way. RT is to TQ as RU is to US. Just so we're not confused when we look at our notes later. RQ, QU. So that would be 10. 10 is to X, or you could write QU there. I'm just writing X. Should be the same ratio as 12 to 6. Do you have calculators? Okay. If you don't, just we'll rely on whoever has them. Okay, so thank you guys. Okay, now what's the question? It's asking for the length of QU, so we should really write QU equals 5. How are we doing?
Perfect.
Fabulous. Yay. Yay. Yeah, boy. That's the first secret phrase. Yeah, boy. Okay. Nobody make fun of me. Okay, now. Determine whether QT is parallel to RS. Now we're not being told that we have lines are parallel. We're being asked, based on these ratios, are the two lines parallel? So, converse. If these ratios are the same, then lines are parallel. Okay? Are these ratios the same? When you simplify them, so 18 is to 38, is that equal to a few different ways you can figure this out, and I don't care how you do it. You could simplify those, you could just divide them, you could do cross multiplying, however you want to do it. Are they the same?
No.
Okay, so the question says determine whether they're parallel. I'm just going to write not parallel. Because I do what I want. That's the second secret phrase. Because I do what I want. Miss Smith brought me a caramel brulee latte today. I've never had one before. Pretty good, yeah. I would give it again. I think it has a lot of sugar in it though. All right, moving on to the next two and last theorems. Ready? Here's an if, then, okay? If 3 parallel lines intersect 2 transversals, all right? So there's our 3 parallel lines, and they intersect 2 transversals. Bam. Bam.
Bam. Bam.
Thank you. Thank you for the sound effects. I need those. Then they divide the transversals. How? What's the word for the chapter?
Proportional. Proportionally.
There we go. UW is to WY as VX is to XZ. We'll do an example in just a minute. Question?
How did you find
This part here?
Yeah.
They had already set up this side, and they said UW is to WY as, and this should be the same ratio. Right here. So, yeah. And there are different ways to write the proportion. That's just how they wrote it here. Last theorem. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready.
If, where's the then? Then. Okay. If a ray bisects an angle of a triangle. So see, here we've got this ray, and it's bisecting this angle. Then, yes, it's windy out. Eyes over here.
Holy cow.
That's scary.
I hope I record one day when it's snowing.
That was really hard.
Okay. Sorry. Eyes up here. I'm going to put a trance over you. Okay, ready? Okay. If a ray bisects an angle, here's this angle, it's been bisected, cut directly in half. Then it divides the opposite side into segments whose lengths are to the lengths of the other two sides. So it's so proportional, right? You've never heard a math teacher meow before? Like,
No.
okay. AD is to DB as CA is to CB. Practice time. Everyone have that written down? Okay. Look at this Jones right here. Oh yeah, this Jones is tight. That's this next secret phrase, Jones. This Jones is tight. Make sure you spell that right. Okay. Look at this. What does this look like? 3 parallel lines cutting across 2 transversals. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, well, let's write a proportion. Right? Let's. Oh my gosh. Nah. Went backwards. Okay. If 3 parallel lines intersect 2 transversals, then they divide the transversals proportionally. Okay? I'm going to put an X right here. Let's find that. 2,000 is to X as 2,500 is to 3,000. Okay, break out the calculator, cross multiply, divide. If I was doing this without you guys, I wouldn't be using all these zeros, but whatever.
6 million? 24,000.
24,000 looks like this. And just looking at the other numbers, I don't think that's going to have the same ratio. 24,000.
24,000.
Oh, okay.
It's 2,400.
That totally makes sense. Okay. So, I'm running out of room here. Okay. Farmer land is divided by a newly constructed interstate. The distances shown are in meters. Okay. We'll need that. Find the distance CA. All right. CA goes from here. That's a terrible bracket. There. CA. So you guys found this length right here, CB, to be 2,400, right? This question is actually asking for the length of CA. So what would that be? Right. Thank you. 4,400, and we're dealing in meters. Don't forget the units. How are we doing?
Perfect.
Okay, we're going too fast, subscribers. Just press pause. All right, next problem. Look at this angle. It's been bisected. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So, if a ray bisects an angle of a triangle, then it divides the opposite side into segments whose lengths are proportional to the other lengths. All right. We're going to write a proportion. This is this as this is to this. Okay. Right, I could make a song and a dance.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Do it.
No. That's fine.
Okay, so question. This is X. How do I represent this length? I can't use a different variable, and I don't know what the length is. We're not told.
If,
And I can't just put GF because then we'd have X and GF. So like if I put X is to, okay, we have to figure out what this length is.
If a transversal
How to write that.
cuts it exactly in half, wouldn't it just be 7?
Well, we're told that this is the same ratio as this. They're not, these lengths aren't equal. So this is to this as this is to this. So hold on, put this 8 and 12 there. How do I represent this length right here?
14 minus X.
Oh, because this entire length is 14, and this length is X, so this should be 14 minus X, whatever that is. That will work. Now, just like our homework from 2 nights ago, cross multiply, distribute, divide. Somebody better be checking my math.
I got you this one.
Okay.
X is 20.
Oh, it's 112
It's 5.6.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the question, once you find X, you go back and you read the go back and read the question again. It's asking to find the length of DG. DG. So I'm going to write DG equals 5.6. Is this the last one? Done and done. Thanks for coming out, subscribers.
Yeah.
Don't forget to click like.
Oh, no.
Red.